Hi everybody, this is Jess Graham and this is my KESA presentation. Just a couple quick things about my school. We are a brand new building. We just opened in August of this year. And due to there being in the last 2 years 5 new buildings opening in the district, the state did give us a waiver and we are still considered to be 0 year for our KESA plan. We also are one of the 7 districts that has been chosen to be part of the Mercury 7 Kansas Can School redesign, and my building is the elementary building in my district that is participating in that. As far as the 4 R's go, we are still implementing and transitioning in all areas, primarily because we are so new and we don't know who Meadowlark really is yet. We're still working on finding that. Relationships is probably our strongest area. We do have instructional coaches that help mentor all staff. We have monthly socials for staff. We also have several socials for families throughout the year. We also now have 2 parent coordinators in the building, and they are helping the social workers lead parent cafes where they talk about things like parenting skills and having families that have students with special needs and single parent families, and those are invitation only events. And that also in our redesign plan, 2 of our WIGs or widely important goals are family engagement and nurturing community. So this is an area that we're really hoping to see a lot of growth in the next few years. For relevance, this is probably our weakest area. The district does not have a K-5 math or reading curriculum. They kind of decided to go the way that we were just going to follow the standards and teach the standards, and we were kind of left to our own devices, and it's not gone spectacularly. But as part of the redesign, we are getting to look for what the curriculum that we want to use for our own building, and we're not being directed by district administration. They're actually not allowed to come to our redesign meetings or give us their 2 cents unless we ask for it first. We are looking at going 1-to-1, and that would definitely help with our redesign because we are looking at moving towards a more personalized learning model where we hire technology to help us identify holes and gaps and things that our kiddos need. For responsive culture, we do have a new pre-K center that opened this year, which is nice because the vast majority of our students do not come to kindergarten speaking English. So being able to house more students in pre-K will definitely help that become less of an issue. Leadership is definitely being shared more now than ever because the redesign process is meant to be led by teachers. Our superintendent is not telling us what we're going to do, we're telling her what we're doing. Even though we are so new, we have already done parent needs assessments, we've done student needs assessments, we've done staff needs assessments, and all of that is because we're trying to figure out what our parents and what our kiddos want us to be doing in school to kind of make it more beneficial and giving them what they really need. Something new that we did add this year also is that we do now have 2 recesses per day, K-5, which is a big change because we've only ever had 1, and 5th grade actually did not have recess up until this year, where we've now got 2. As far as rigor goes, the district gives lots of professional development, but it's always just, this is what you're going to. But now, because we're redesigning, we're getting to go to more trainings that are based on what we need for our building. We have lots of data, but we're not always instructed on how to read the data. For example, we give AIMSweb. We have never had a training on what those numbers mean. Those numbers mean absolutely nothing to me. And we really need to, if we're going to take a test, we need to know why we're taking it and what that information that it gives us means. One strength that we do definitely have in my building is that we do have lots of resources. Anything that we want, our principal is pretty good about trying to get that for us. As far as my principal's leadership style, she's definitely democratic. She does make the final decisions, but she does ask for input, and she likes to form teams and committees that help kind of gather information to present to her to help her make her decisions. I would also say that she is transformational. She managed to convince a group of people that had not worked together. We were coming into a new building, and we got to move in about a week before school started. We didn't know each other, and she convinced us that it was a good idea to sign up for this redesign process, and now we're doing it. She's really good about providing support to people that need it, and she gives a lot of recognition to people for their hard work and things that they're doing awesome with. And she's just a great principal to work for. As far as areas of improvement, for technology, we do have quite a bit of technology in the building. However, people aren't really trained on how to use it. For example, we are a GAFE district, but we've never had any trainings on how to use the Google Suite. So one thing I would do would be to conduct a survey to see where people are as far as being able to use the Google Suite, and then use that data to provide targeted trainings for people on items that they needed. And then once we kind of got that under our belts, I'd move on to seeing what else people wanted to be trained on tech-wise. And I would like to try to find presenters, trainers in the district whenever possible, because I think that's always beneficial when someone knows what kind of kiddos you're working with. But if I couldn't find them, I wouldn't be afraid to look outside of the district also. And that goes along with PCEL4E and PCEL7F. I know that I just said that we have 2 recesses a day, and I am happy about that, but I would actually like there to be more. I think that our kiddos spend too much time sitting, and they need to get up and move more and get the blood flowing. I don't necessarily think that all of that recess needs to be free play. I think that you do a lot of social emotional skill building within kind of a more structured recess from time to time. Even just teaching them how to play games and how to play with each other and not fight and argue so much. I think there's a lot of room to kind of work on that in what they view as a recess setting, but you're actually using it as instructional time. And that goes along with PCEL5B. Thanks.